Hello, BookTube. I've got a tiny bit of mail for you today on a freezing cold day in April. We have one periodical in one box that we'll go through and see here. The periodical is the TLS, and I was amazed that that MAGA letter that we saw a couple of issues ago, where somebody wrote in and said that Abraham Lincoln was the cause of the American Civil War, and that it's the American right to have slaves because some people are better than others. The MAGA letter got 2 responses right away and then no others. I was expecting that would be an ongoing debate. MAGA is instructed by their God never to back down or change their pronouncements about anything ever. So I was expecting that MAGA writer would write in and defend his position, but it hasn't happened. The letters page has gone on to other things. But the most notable thing about this TLS is the appearance of Robert E. Howard. Look at that. It's a Breckinridge Ellis novel. A Gent from Bear Creek. The article it's in the back. It's in the NB section, and it's about, or it's not called NB. Yeah, it is. The NB section is about collectible gems that showed up at charity shops. I was amazed. I turned to the back, like a lot of TLS readers. I start with the back, and there was Robert E. Howard of all people. So that was a lot of fun. Of course, the TLS would never write about Conan, but nevertheless, they at least appeared there. And then we have this box, which is big. I mean, the box has size to it, but it doesn't actually have commensurate weight to it. So this could be an example where somebody just put one book, in a box when they could have dropped it into an envelope. Maybe the publishers just didn't have an envelope handy. Let's see what this is. It's a big thing, whatever it is. Let's get this invoice aside. That's gross. Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, my. Oh, I don't have a pub sheet for this, but, or do I? Did I spot a pub sheet? No, I don't have a pub sheet, but, oh my God. Okay. This is from Pen and Sword, and I am going to have to look this up. I'm going to have to look up the date on it. I hope this isn't also very late getting to me. This is by James Charles Roy, and it's called All the World at War, Peoples and Places, 1914 to 1918. A huge book about World War One. Oh, fantastic. It's got lots and lots of illustrations, lots and lots of photos, and the war's destruction as end papers, very wisely chosen. I wonder if that's on the back as well. Yes. Oh, fantastic. All right. I'm going to have to check to see pretty much everything about this. I don't think Pen and Sword puts prices on their books. Oh, no, this is going to be... Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, ouch. This is going to be $63 in the United States. That's a lot. This is, 700 pages long. Let's see what we have here. While battles and wars and the clash of civilizations are as old as time itself, there is little doubt that the conflagration of 1914 to 1918 was something unique and terrifyingly new. There was not a corner of the globe that did not feel its effects, some more than others, but the scope of its impact on economics, population, food supplies, and the character of governments in general, and the day-to-day lives of numberless ordinary people, were such that the world had never experienced nor expected. Little did anyone dream that the assassination of a relatively minor figure in the Habsburg royal family, Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria and his wife, carried out by an unknown Serbian teenager on a street corner in an obscure town called Sarajevo that few had ever heard of, could possibly provide a spark that would plunge entire European continent into an unindustrialized war of catastrophic destruction. But it did. The 2 shots that youth fired were surely heard round the world, and several million people would perish or be maimed as a result. The story of World War I has been told by many different writers, historians, and participants in many different ways, especially so before and during the centennial of its events that just concluded. All the World at War stands apart from many of these standard studies. It presents a familiar story from points of view that many readers may find surprising. Oh boy. Okay, well, I am totally on board. Kind of weird that the last World War I book that was this big was Hugh Strachan's book, Two Arms, which is volume 1 of a trilogy that has not continued since then, and it, I believe, also had this painting as its artwork. Well, that's kind of weird. Is it some sort of contract when your book is over 500 pages? So who is the author of this thing? James Charles Roy is the author of 7 distinguished books on European history. He has been praised by the Irish novel Brian Moore as a writer both erudite and insightful, and by the historian Roy Foster, who praised recently published Elizabethan Conquest of Ireland as both typical of Roy's skill of presenting original, challenging, and creatively oblique views of his material. Okay, fantastic. So what about him though? He's got an epic beard. His work has been published by leading imprints in the U.S., Britain, Ireland, and Germany. Also a gifted photographer, he has exhibited at the National Library of Ireland and the Boston Public Library on numerous other venues. He lives in Newburyport, Massachusetts. Good Lord. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to check the publication date on this thing, but I couldn't be happier. If Pen and Sword has been getting things late to me, if that's true, then this is probably already out. In which case, it's going on the reading pile for tonight. It will be the reading for tonight. But you know what? Even if that's not the case, it's still going to be the reading for tonight. Oh my, how wonderful. All right, so there you go. The TLS and a gigantic book about World War I. Steve is in seventh heaven. So I'll wrap this up, and we'll be back. Thank you, BookTube.